It's another day here at the Zipporra Studios when I personally give you my commentaries and opinions about things that I see on the internet. Because seriously, who doesn't do that? Am I the asshole for getting mad when I found out my wife gossiped about me? Sorry for the throwaway account. I am 36 and my wife, let's just call her Ashley, is 33. To get it out of the way, I have an above average sized dick. I don't know why this is like the first ever post that I'm posting. Okay, whatever. Let's just go. Let's just continue. I'm not going to the Guinness records or anything, but every partner I've ever had remarks on it. In the past, okay, the thing is I'm planning to make this a family friendly channel. But wow. Oh, wow. Okay. In the past, this has also meant that every single one of them tells their friends, and that gossip gets around. This makes me extremely uncomfortable to the point that I had to start telling anyone new, do not talk about my dick to your friends. They all agree, and then they all do it anyway. It's very frustrating. Until I met my now wife, who was totally respectful of the boundary. We have been together for 6 years and married for 3, no kids yet. You probably see where this is going. You were with some of her close girlfriends at a bar last night, and I suggested we go to another pub, and her friend, semi-drunk, responds, "If Big Dick says we go, we go." Ashley froze up, and I went cold. Turns out that she told all her close friends when we met right after I told her not to, and now they use Big Dick or BD in their group chat to refer to me. Ashley says they only say it when I do something worthy of the name. I don't even know what that means, and I don't want to. So I left them and went home. Ashley was apologetic at first, but kind of thought it was funny that I figured it out, and only learned how angry I was after I literally walked out of the bar. She says I'm overreacting and that what she talks about with her friends is totally normal. I said I don't care how normal it is, that I can't trust her anymore. Am I the asshole? Okay, so this is the Zipporra Studios opinion about this. Things that happen in the bedroom for couples should just stay in the bedroom. That's my take on this. Like, there are some things that definitely you can share with your friends, like if you want to gossip about it, but things like this, like specific topics like this, should just stay between the husband and the wife. Like, why do you need to talk about your husbands with your friends? Like, why? I even if you're joking around, like, I mean, isn't that weird? Like, think about your husband talking about you in your body or whatever you're doing to his friends, and they'd be laughing at it or whatever, and then all of a sudden when you're with his guy friends, they call you something that's pretty much pertaining to your body. Like, would you be okay with that? I mean, I'm not married, but still, whether you're married, whatever your relationship status is, I think things like that are very personal should just stay between the two people involved and not really shared with others. Like, that's just weird. Like, I always see, whenever I see people post about, even joking about their sex lives or whatever on the internet, even if they're like people that I know personally, I feel uncomfortable and awkward about it. Like, I know I saw somebody on Facebook post about her and his like them as a couple, about what they do in bed, and I'm like, why do I need to know that? I mean, for sure, like, you can post whatever you want, but still put some boundary in it. Like, is it just me? Is it like the norm nowadays that people can just like talk about whatever they want to talk about, even if it's so personal? Comment down on the section. Put your comment on the section down below. Like, I'm losing my words. Anyways, let's see what the people of Reddit has to say on this one. Okay, so the first one that I've seen here, here's a non-Reddit answer for you. It's normal for her to talk about that with her friends. They're not doing it to hurt you. It's no different than a guy talking about boobs with his friends. As to referring to you as a big dick, that sucks and is diminishing. I get why you're upset and she lied to you, but it is normal, not the asshole. See that. I mean, still. So is that the answer to my question? Is that like the norm now? I mean, I understand about like talking boobs with your friends. Like, okay, like if you're with your friends, somebody walks by, fine. I mean, I know it's not right to sexualize people, but we just gotta accept that it happens. Like, let's remove that sexualization part, that if you talk about boobs or whatever with your friends, or if you talk about this hot guy with your friends, fine. That's like, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but it's kind of like human nature that you will notice that and we'll talk about that with your friends. But I don't think it's normal that things that are so personal and about like that should just stay between a couple and like the four corners of their bedroom should go out and be gossiped about. I still stand by what I said. And now this guy right here replied to that guy and says, I have literally never talked about my wife's boobs with my friends, and none of them have ever talked about their wife's boobs. This is not normal male conversation. Exactly. If you're a mature male, why would you need to talk about your wife's boobs with other males? That's creepy. That would be super uncomfortable. Even the boobs are not equivalent to penises. You can tell how big someone's boobs are easily. Fine, right? Oh, that's a size D, whatever. This is more like talking about your wife's down there, which again, I have never had that conversation. That would be so weird. And that got like 4.6 thousand likes. Okay, next one. Not the asshole. The girl talk is not my concern here because it is fairly inevitable, but I don't think sharing intimate details with close friends is problematic if they all keep it among themselves and are kind. However, using that as a nickname is really, really uncool. I have heard people referring to a woman by the size of her breast more times than I care to count, and it has generally been treated like it's normal and charming. It's not okay or charming. It's mean. Another comment says here, would she be cool if you and your friends refer to her as Fat V? Ask her. And she found out via, if Fat V says we go, is she okay with that? If not, then maybe she needs to reevaluate things. Exactly. Like, try to think of this the other way around. If his friends are talking about you, would you be okay? Yeah, women and men talk. Like I said, it's human nature. Doesn't mean it's right. Exactly. And when explicitly told to not do it, they do it anyway. Pretty shitty. Not the asshole. Exactly. Like you already told her that you're not cool with it, that you're not okay with people talking about you and whatever you have down there, then why does she have to do that? Like there's no respect, there's no boundaries. You better sit down with your wife pretty much and remind her again of respect and boundaries. Right? Also, first off, it's straight up betrayal and obvious lying. You have to choose whether or not your trust is broken, beyond repair, or temporarily damaged. Secondly, there is never a situation worthy of referring to someone by their dick size. Imagine a man doing the same thing, but to a woman. If Big Puss says we go. Exactly. Put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Right? Like, not the asshole. I've never talked to my friends about any of my partner's dick size. At most, I've said we had great sex. More importantly, you ask her not to discuss it and she did it anyway. That's disrespectful. Oh, then somebody commented on that. I remember at college when this was a very common thing to talk about. Irrespective of gender, people did discuss these things. Guys about girls or other guys, girls about guys or other girls, depending on what you were into. Not like simply discuss anywhere or to be malicious or anything, but with friend groups, definitely. But I think there comes a maturity point when you realize that it is not just a curiosity and learning about relationships and stuff thing anymore, and it is simply a disrespectful thing to do. I think since then, only one friend has ever talked about something like this with me, and that was only because they seriously needed advice and knew I'd take this information to the grave as though I have never been told it in the first place. Exactly. Like, going back, it's disrespectful. The husband already told the wife that he's not okay with it, so she pretty much crossed the boundaries. And next is that the friends were like gossiping about it and really can't hold their tongue right in front of him. That's mean. That's disrespectful. You definitely, like, her and her friends really need to reevaluate, like, the way that they're gossiping. Like, fine, like, we can't really stop them from gossiping anyways, whatever, but they need to be respectful of you. Please give this podcast a like and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so that you will be updated on my next upload, which I'm hoping to do very regularly. Also, I do have other channels. If you like gaming stuff, there is the Zipporra Studios, the game room, and for more creative content, you can also head on to my main channel, the Zipporra Studios. This podcast will also be available in Spotify, Amazon Music, and hopefully in Apple as well.